Alright guys, I'm going to make a little video here tonight. I know everybody knows I've been working on this speaker box for a while. Kind of questioning what I've done with it here now a little bit. Some friends of mine have got me thinking about the way I've ported this thing and thinking that maybe I did it wrong. So I'm going to make this video, I'm going to put it up on YouTube, and I'm going to plaster it on Facebook, and I'm going to try to get as many people looking at it as I can and see what they think of this. I know a lot of people into this stuff, so they'll give me their opinion. The top half of this box, this is basically two boxes put together. You can see that there's a divider that goes through the whole middle of this box that makes it into two boxes. The bottom chambers for the 12s and the top chambers for the 10s, obviously, so I can keep them ported at a different tone, a different frequency, so they don't sound proper. You can't put these subs and these subs inside the same chamber and run them, or else they'll cancel each other and do all kinds of stupid stuff. And I know better than that because I've done it before and tried it and it didn't work. But anyways, just to give you a scope of how big this box is, I mean, look, this thing is humongous. Okay, it's 2 feet tall, it's 50 inches long, it's 30 inches tall this way, and 2 feet that way. So when it goes in the back of my truck, it's barely going to fit behind my seats. You know, when I put my seat back, it's going to touch the front of this box on both sides, pretty much. I'm probably going to have something covering the 10s, or else the seat's going to hit it. I have already thought about that, so I might have to get some grills. But I'm going to set this down for a second. You're not going to be able to see because I'm going to move this face plate so I can show you how I got these ports. Because I got it finished now. Well, basically, unless I change it. Which, if I get some people agreeing and get some concurring opinions that what I'm doing is the wrong thing, then I'm going to change what I'm doing. But if I'm not doing the wrong thing, I want some other people to tell me so I know what I'm doing here. So here we go. This is my 10-inch chamber. You can see that it's most of the length of the box. I got an 8-inch port that's 16 inches long with a 3-inch gap at the bottom. And I got a little 45-degree deal there in the corner, which is going to have all the foam cut away from it when it dries and everything, obviously. So that top box is tuned to 42 hertz with the two 10s. And they're 10-inch DDs, so they're not a joke. They're good subs. And the back of that thing is triple thick. It's got, the back of the wood, and then there's another piece of wood underneath, and then there's another piece of wood on top. The top piece of wood was a little thinner than the other two, so I filled in on top and on bottom of it with spray foam just to use up the wood that I had. So it's triple thick with some spray foam in there too. But it'll work fine. So there you go. There's the top half of the box at 42 hertz. Now, the bottom half of the box, here's where the controversy comes. This is a very unorthodox style of building that I did here. And the reason I did it this way is because I've had two boxes like this before. Okay. The box that's in the truck now has 1 12 on each side of the box, with the port in the center. And each 12 has a small square chamber that has a divider, a baffle, just like this. So it has a small chamber, and the air has to come over the top of this baffle to go into the next chamber, which is a lot smaller than this. I'll grant you that. It goes down to the bottom, and then it comes back under, just like this one does, and then the air comes out the port in the center. And the center port is the same for the two sides, So if this was the same box, there'd be a sub, and then the air would go through like that, and then on the other side there'd be a sub, and the air would go through like that and come out here again. So this is basically just a great big version of the box that I already have in my truck, but with two subs in it, in the chamber instead of one. So it's like a 24-inch sub instead of a 12-inch sub. At least that was my reasoning. So now I've got a friend of mine telling me, since I got this 50-inch box that's 24 inches deep, that I should have run a long piece of wood on the bottom of the box all the way to the other side with a 4-inch hole here or whatever, a 6-inch hole here, so that it would be, all 40-something inches long going over to here and then 20-something inches up. So that would make effectively a 60-some-inch port that's long, instead of the way I got it, where you got a base chamber that goes into another chamber. Now see, I got a 4-inch gap here to where the top of my board is going to be. So there's a 4-inch gap here, and that tunes this chamber. If this was the outside of the box, that would tune this chamber to 7 hertz. Okay, that chamber dumps into the next chamber, which is 12 inches wide, with a 4-inch gap at the bottom. It's got a 45-degree piece of wood here too. Well, it's not exactly 45 degrees, but it's an angled piece of wood anyways. And then this chamber here is 8 inches wide. So we go from 27.5 into a 12 and then into an 8, which is, you know, like a short transmission line. I could put, say, 2 more dividers in here, one here and one here, and turn this into a transmission line easily with 4-inch windows, 4-inch doors. So that's my question, guys. Do I leave it like this and run it like I brung it? According to what I've typed up in the computer, it says if I type it in as a 10-inch port, which would be 10 here and a 10 here, it says it's tuned at 30-something, 36 hertz or 38 hertz, something like that. But like I said, according to the machine, this is a 7 hertz tuned into this chamber. So am I doing this wrong, guys? Should I have something long? Should I put 2 more dividers in here and just make it a full transmission line in that bottom half of that box? Would that be better? You know, the reason I did it this way is because it makes this chamber like 6.6 or 6.8 cubic feet, which is about perfect for my 2 12-inch subs because they require 3 cubic feet apiece, and they're big subs, so they take up a little space. So I figure almost a 7 cubic foot chamber is about perfect for those 2 subs. And that should turn it into 1 sub, right? That's my reason of thinking. So everybody give me their opinion. If everybody concurs and tells me I've done this wrong and I need to have this long thing on the bottom, I'm going to take the box back apart before I ever put it in the truck. If other people tell me that it should work and that it should be okay because of the sheer hugeness of this thing. I mean, this is what you got to understand. That this isn't just your average. It's not just your average speaker box. When I can get in it. I mean, I'm a big dude. And I can literally get inside of it. So it might be a little bigger than what my friends were thinking, but it might not be. So, what do you think, guys? Should I make it long port? Should I leave it the way it is? Should I finish the transmission line? Come on, give me your opinions. Thanks. Thanks in advance. Peace out, guys.